Hey everybody, and welcome to another walkthrough Let's Play by a Blind Man, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see by the title screen, I'm going to be doing Fatal Frame 3. My PS2 seems to be dying a not so slow death, so I want to go ahead and do this game while it's still working. I have a bunch of other games for that console I want to get done, but this one is probably the most important of the 19 PS1 and PS2 games I want to do.
Ray? Should we get going?
I heard this house was haunted. Too bad it's not.
Rumors are just rumors. I'm gonna load these up.
You? Where am I?
Immediately we are thrown into a weird situation. The game doesn't tell us any of this right away. I'm going to go ahead and do some fill-ins now. We are playing as a character named Ray, and I believe, oh hey, I actually do get this hidden ghost. That's our first hidden ghost. We've got a camera, but it won't do any damage against aggressive ghosts, so hopefully we're not going to run into any of them until we get something a little better. We're playing a character named as Ray, and this should all be revealed later on in this video. She is a paranormal photographer. She does research on paranormal stuff. I don't know if she works for a magazine or a documentary TV show or what it is she does. And you noticed we got to see Miku from the first game. Hands down the most adorable character I have ever played as in a video game. There is no contest. It's Miku all the way. Yeah, that should be the first of several hidden ghosts I'm going to be missing. You're going to see me miss a bunch of them. I actually got more than I thought I would. And I realize I'm talking a bit now, but I want to kind of keep this LP a little bit more low-key just so that the game atmosphere can, I guess, shine through a little more. But I want to get some stuff out of the way. So we're playing as Ray. Miku from the first game is her assistant. And you'll kind of get more of an idea about all this in the second half of this video. Right now we don't really know where we are or what's happening, so we just gotta press forward. This is a little bit of a weirder game for the Fatal Frame series. Fatal Frame 2. Did I get that one? Nope. There are a few hidden ghosts that I cut my attempts at getting just because I missed them. Okay, let's just keep going. Just sure glad we haven't seen anything aggressive yet. Well, crap. Alright. Ray, we need to run. Or walk at a slow pace. That's fine too. We're only gonna die if you don't move, but okay. Okay. Get up them stairs. Where's the door? And she lost her, I don't know if he was her boyfriend, fiance, brother. She lost somebody important to her. I feel like it was either her boyfriend or fiance.
Stay here. Forever.
God damn it. Yeah, there's one of these on each side and I miss them both. I like that the thing appeared before I was around the corner. I mean, that's awesome. Great game design. I'm trying to get used to these controls because, like classic survival horror, these controls are very janky.
Forever.
Almost got that one, not quite. And I've been playing a lot of games that, for the most part, have decent controls. In Fatal Frame 2, we played as Miyu, who's chasing after Mayu and got stuck in a village. At least we had some sort of context behind how we got there.
Wait! There's still something I need to say!
And while we are chasing after somebody here, it's not really clear how we got here. In Fatal Frame 1, we played as Miku, who went looking for her brother.
Are you okay?
Oh, it was nothing. This place is...
Alright, more gameplay, and I'm just checking that lock because sometimes you gotta check certain things in order for other things to happen in the Fatal Frame series, so I wanted to check that just in case we're gonna need to do that later. I'm guessing we'll be back by here at some point. So, you might be able to tell this might be a little bit of a spoiler. I'm going back to check here because I thought there was something here, but there's not. And we're basically going into a dream sequence when we do anything interesting in this game, which is something that I didn't really care for. Be sure to grab that herbal medicine. Something I haven't really been too fond of. If you go through this door I'm going to go through, there's a hidden ghost you can get. I'm not going to get that hidden ghost, so we're just going to go ahead and cut to me leaving, because there was no point in showing that whatsoever. I'm not really a big fan of that. There are a few things that I'm not a big fan of about this game, just from LPs I've seen. But it is still a game that I wanted to do. Hey, I got one. Sweet. That's a rare thing for me. Good thing I have an action replay, so I might be able to negate missing some of these hidden ghosts. Oh yeah. Cheaters can win too. I think this is the area Ray and Miku were looking at before, but much more dilapidated, if I'm not mistaken. There's nowhere else we can really go but the staircase over here. There's a hidden ghost here. I miss it, so we're just gonna move on. Here's where we get our camera obscura. We had this in Fatal Frame 2, and we had a variation of this in Fatal Frame 1, although that's not what it was called in Fatal Frame 1. So now we can actually defend ourselves against angry spirits. So even though this is a dream, that's our save point. Go through this door. So in Fatal Frame 1, Miku actually showed up at the mansion looking for Mafuyu. Weird sound. Let's go see what that is. So the first two games made at least a little bit more sense how we ended up in the situations we ended up in. This one's a little weirder. But once you know that we're basically in a dream, it kind of answers a lot more of the questions you got. It raises a few more. I hear a girl crying. She must be one of my dates. I mean... No. There are still stakes. So even though this is a sort of dream story, there are still stakes to these dreams and the situation we're going through.
Go away!
I wanted to show her running around there, but I couldn't find her in time. It's going to take a lot of work for me to get used to this again. Yeah, another hidden ghost I miss.
anymore.
They usually show up and I'm looking the complete opposite direction. It's kind of weird. This is the last Fatal Frame game I'm going to be playing for my channel, though. I would save your game there again. There's another hidden ghost over here. Another hidden ghost over there. If you're good at this game, well, then you don't need to watch my videos for help with that.
Have you seen him?
Where did he go?
And we're introduced to our first combat of this game. And I have a lot of trouble seeing this ghost. I would say more trouble seeing her. Oh god, why? That's not good. Than any ghost I've seen in a Fatal Frame game, to be honest. Just had a lot of trouble seeing her. Right now, I have no idea where she is. And keep in mind, I last played a Fatal Frame game last year when I played Fatal Frame 2. I completed that probably around February or March of last year, I forget. Maybe April at the latest. This part here feels a lot less satisfying when you know this is all in a dream. But it's still something we gotta deal with. Fatal Frame 1 I finished in April of 2015, so that's been 3 years. God, how the time flies!
If only I died too. It's not my fault that I'm the only one that survived. I should have been taken. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. If I had just had Arnie's, I would have. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. So if I had died with everyone else, yes, if I had died with everyone else, then I would. Are you all right? Other one.
Forever.
Ray? Is everything okay?
I heard you cry out. Well, I was worried. You've been having so many nightmares lately.
What? I'm fine.
But
I just had a bad dream.
So not only is Miku our assistant, but she also lives here in this pretty decently designed house or apartment. I'm not really sure which. This is a little bit like Silent Hill 4 in that we are going to have segments where we hang out here in the apartment, and I'm not sure if any dangers are going to befall us here. The first half of Silent Hill 4 you were pretty safe, but the second half, if you're familiar with that game, you know ghosts showed up in the apartment. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen later on in this game or not. I've seen one LP of this game before. I think I finished it up last year watching it. This thing just gives us some information. It lets us know who we've run across so far. That our name is Ray, our assistant is Miku. Probably some other jizz that I don't really care about. I think I'm trying to get out of the menu now. There we go. Well, at least I got to something different. There we go. So there's some similarities there between this and Silent Hill 4. There's one other thing about this game that I don't really care for, which they kind of fixed with a different ending. I don't know enough about that to know how to get it, though. And I'll talk about that more once we get information about that. Now let's go downstairs.
Good morning, Ray.
Aw. She's so adorable. I'm telling you. Miku's amazing. She's cute as a bug in a rug. She seems like a really sweet person, too. I thought about trying to get a friend of mine to read this dialogue. We got some text dialogue between Miku and Ray here. Mostly this stuff is Miku talking. I don't like that it's text dialogue. I don't know if that was to save resources. Kind of annoying. I would say pause this if you want to read it. I don't actually know what they're talking about. I might go back and read it later. I would like to do like I was doing with the couple of Evil Within videos I've done and summarize what's going on in these bits of text. But there's a lot of it here. And I believe this is a letter we get from whoever the guy is that Ray lost. And I can't remember if he was her fiance or brother or husband. I don't think it was her husband. But I guess this dude messaging him is a friend of his. He probably doesn't know that that dude is dead. I would definitely recommend reading this stuff because the Fatal Frame stories are told mostly in text dialogue between files, and in this game now these conversations that are for some reason not voice acted. That does really irritate me.
Ray, may I help you with something?
Oh, I just wanted to ask you. You.
So Ray definitely feels some guilt behind, I believe that guy's name is You. No jokes. Also makes me think of the Stargate villain You. And here's more text. I would recommend reading this stuff. I'm not going to. But you might benefit from reading that if you care about the story. She's definitely feeling guilt for his death, as she was the one driving the car when the accident occurred that killed him. I assume we'll learn later on more details about that accident, but I don't know that for sure. I have seen an LP, but unless you really pay attention to the story while watching an LP, which I hope you are if you're watching this one, then you don't always get all the ins and outs of that story. And at times I was trying to avoid some story details because I knew I wanted to play this game at some point. Which I guess is kind of silly that I was watching an LP of a game that I wanted to play eventually, but whatever. So this is an old Camera Obscura. Camera Obscura is the camera that we had in Fatal Frame 2. I guess it's probably the same camera we had in Fatal Frame 1, or one of them. I think this game talks about how, I can't remember if Fatal Frame 2 talked about it, or if it's in this one, where they talked about a dude who manufactures these things. And those are the cameras that can actually take down ghosts. But the one that we have in our dreams is not this one. It's actually going to end up being our save point when we're in the real world. It's kind of weird, kind of a different twist to things. I guess I can kind of appreciate them trying something different, but I'm not a big fan of dream stories. But we're still going to go with it and just see what we can do with this game. Damn it, Miku!
Ray, you've been working too hard. You should get some rest.
Miku, I love you. You're adorable. You're in my way. Thank you. Okay, you didn't do anything, but I found my way around you. There's a cat that roams around this apartment, and for some reason it didn't show up for me. I'm not sure why that is. But it's cool because that cat makes an annoying meowing sound that I really don't want to deal with. Although apparently in-game you can actually play with the cat. Yeah, I walked around here and there was nothing else. We needed to go this way, so that's why the jump cut there. We need to go develop that photo that we picked up near the camera obscura, which is a photo we took in a dream. Again, dream stories. Really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's what we gotta do. And once we're done with this, we're going to give this to Miku, and she's going to do some research on it. We're kind of getting all the tutorial stuff out of the way, the basics for the game. I think that might be that chick we saw in the dream. I'm not 100% sure on that. I guess if I'm recommending that y'all read all these files and stuff, I should probably read them too. Otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite, wouldn't I? Damn it! Ah, well. At least we're playing as a fine-ass Asian woman. Oh, yeah. And here I'm trying to see if I can figure out where the hell the cat is. I thought the cat was supposed to be on this couch. I don't know if it just has its random spots it goes to or what. And here I was trying to see if we could turn on the TV. And then I got kind of caught off guard because we can actually see Miku, not Mayu, not Miyu, Miku. Wrong Fatal Frame character. And that camera angle. Now we're just doing what I was telling you about earlier. Again, read this if you want, don't if you don't.
Understood. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Miku, you sound so formal there. I don't know how she's maintaining her sanity enough to work for Rei after the shit she went through in Fatal Frame 1. As you can see, we are now in our bedclothes. Sexy. You know I'm going to be a perv. If you've seen any of my videos, you know I like Asian women. You know I'm going to be a perv in this LP. This camera obscura, which we picked up earlier, is going to be our save point. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.